Hello everyone, welcome to the CloudLearn AWS Zero to Hero series. Myself, Funny Krishna, working as a DevOps engineer with cloud architect skills. I'm going to design a YouTube series for the people who are looking to learn AWS Solutions Architect. And this playlist is completely free. And in this series, we are going to learn AWS Solutions Architect, in which means by completing this particular series, you can design, you can create, and you can manage the cloud infrastructure. In today's video, we are going to learn about or trying to get some overview about why cloud computing, why AWS is trending, and the basic advantages, right? Okay, to understand this better, let us take a small example so that we can identify the advantages of the cloud computing. Assume that you started a new company, let us say ABC, and you're going to offer some services to the end users, like maintaining, like design a website or a marketing or a publicity, whatever, right? But the people don't know about your company. So you decided to run a website that is also known as a hosting a website, host a website like google.com, yahoo.com, gmail.com, and so on. So that I hired a developer and I asked him to design a website so that the users can understand what my company does. So my developer decided to design the website in PHP. It can be in Python, it can be in .NET, it can be in Java, that doesn't matter. The concept is going to be the same, whatever the coding is used. And again, being a solutions architect or a cloud admin or a AWS admin, we don't do any coding, right? So after a few days, my developer provided me the web pages which has to be hosted. What is the meaning of hosting? Whenever you go to like google.com, or if I type rediff.com, I can see the web page of the Rediff, right? Means someone is maintaining this particular web page somewhere across the globe. Someone is maintaining that in the same way the google.com. This is what the hosting. To host any web page, we need a web server. Web server is a kind of a software by using which you can host or run the web pages that is called as a websites. There are multiple web servers available like Apache, Tomcat, IIS, etc. Based on your website coding. If it is a PHP, we have to use Apache. If it is a Java, go for Tomcat. If it is a .NET, go for IIS. If it is a Python, you have to use a different web server. And that's a software, right? Like if you want to install a software in your laptop, because the server is nothing but a kind of a computer, but with high-end architecture, like the resources are different. It looks like a regular computer only. So we must have an operating system. Just I am listing out the components required to host a website. Operating system can be Windows or a Linux, that doesn't matter. And we need a storage. Storage is nothing but hard disk. And also we need the CPU and RAM. Without a CPU and RAM, your machine doesn't work. Then we need a network also. Why network? Let us say in your mobile or in your laptop, you don't have an internet connection. Means you are not a part of the internet network, which means you can't access anything outside of your laptop or outside of your home. That's why without internet, you can't access Gmail, Google, Yahoo, and so on. As in my machine, in my server, I am running a website and everybody has to access the website which is running in my machine. My machine must have a network, like a internet. Then finally, I need a power supply. These are the different components required to run a website. So what I do, I will go to a market, I will purchase a computer as per the requirement. I will purchase a computer. So in which by default, I will get the CPU, RAM, storage as per the requirement, right? As per my requirement, I will purchase it. On top of that, I will install the operating system. It can be a Windows or it can be a Linux, whatever it is, right? And this operating system files will be stored in this particular hard disk. Then I will install the web server software. It can be Apache in my case. On top of that, I will place web pages so that the website is running in my computer, in my server, I can say. But to make this server up and running, I must provide a power supply, right? And also, I need to provide a network, especially the internet. So here my web page is running, and the end users like you or someone, they will open a browser, right? They will type the website name like abc.com, and the request will be sent to my server. This concept we will discuss in the DNS, like how the abc.com will go to my server and all. We will discuss in a concept called DNS. Okay, right. And the web page is visible by this user. The web page will be loaded and he can see all the website details and everything. Now, in this case, who is responsible to maintain each and every component? So here, these two are the physical components, right? The physical hardware. And on top of that, everything else is a logical or a softwares. So who is responsible to maintain all these components? Who is responsible? Any idea? So let us say my company is abc.com, right? My company is responsible to maintain the CPU, RAM, and my company is responsible to maintain the hard disk, operating system. What type of maintenance for operating system? Every month there will be some new updates available, right? If you are using a Windows laptop, if you click on check Windows updates, every month there will be some new updates, right? Can be a security updates, software updates, and so on. And here, this is a software. So your company is responsible to make that software up and running. And whenever you are maintaining the websites, that website must be available 24 by 7, 365 days. That's why Gmail, Facebook, Instagram, these are available like 24 by 7, midnights, anytime, right? How it is possible? If you are able to provide uninterrupted power supply. So you got the power supply from your transco, like your power supply department, right? If there is a power cut, your server will goes down. So then what you have to do, you need to maintain a redundant power supply. You need to maintain a redundant power supply, like I can say UPS, generators, and so on. So that you can provide 24 by 7, 365 days, an uninterrupted power supply so that your server will be up and running. If your server goes down, like if it got stopped due to some reason, we can say downtime. And the internet, you need to maintain multiple internet feeds so that if one internet connection failed, Using the other internet connection, your website is accessible. And to maintain the operating system, you have to maintain server admin team. For this, you have to maintain some electrical team. And for internet, you need to maintain some network team. Not only the internet, security also, like to maintain the firewalls and all the things so that nobody can get into your server and they can't steal or they can't delete or they can't hijack your data and all. And these three teams, here is a first team, second team, and this is a third team. They have to work 24 by 7, means you need to maintain them in three different shifts for a simple website, which is not economically or like financially feasible. First, to buy this, we have to spend thousands of dollars, like minimum, like 2 lakhs for a small server. Then to maintain these many teams is not a good idea, right? So now, in this particular situation, the cloud computing came into the picture and it reduces all these efforts. So what we have to do, just we can go to any cloud computing provider, like let us take the example of AWS, and I will create one account. I will show you how to create the free tier accounts, how to use it and all. So what I do is, okay, AWS, I need one server with following details. I need 2 CPU, 4 GB of RAM, and 100 GB of hard disk space. I need Windows operating system. Within a few clicks, in the next 4 to 5 minutes, your server will be ready in the cloud. Your server will be ready in the cloud, right? And here they provide you the power supply because the server will be in their location, network, whatever I have mentioned in the red color here, they are the responsibility of the cloud provider. Means the physical components, if the CPU got burnt, RAM got burnt, they will replace immediately with no downtime. Storage, hard disks might get corrupted in the future, right? So all these will be taken care by the cloud provider. Just you have to manage your operating system like monthly once you need to install the updates and all the thing. And the main advantage here is these are available like pay as you go. Means if you need the server only for 4 days, you can create today. After 4 days, you can delete it and you will be charged for only for using the 4 days. No need to like spend like a lakhs of Indian rupees or thousands of dollars to make or to complete your work for just 3 days or 4 days. Okay, so this is the main advantage. So we can reduce the financial burden. We can reduce the administrative efforts. We can reduce the administrative efforts, and that particular time, whatever the time you have to spend on managing, maintaining, and all, you can spend that time in expanding your business. This is the overview of the cloud computing. I haven't gone into technical details yet. Technical details I can explain in the next coming, like we can go one by one. First, we will see what is a cloud computing, what are the different types of clouds available, different deployments, right? And advantages like pay as you go. I mentioned one, right? Like this, there are multiple things. What are those? Everything we can cover in one cloud computing session. And then we can go with the AWS. The first session is going to be the what is the AWS, what is the global infrastructure, what is their commitment, because we need to understand something about 99.99 percentage of availability. right? All these things we can discuss one by one. Before, what are the topics we are going to cover in this particular session? I will provide you all these links in the description section, just you can go through it. So these are the topics which we are going to learn. In the next video, we are going to talk about the cloud computing introduction, different business models, different types of a cloud, advantages of cloud computing. Then we'll move into the AWS, like what is their infrastructure, how their data centers, first, what is a data center, how to create a free tier account, because whatever we are going to learn, that has to be practiced, right? What is a free tier account, how to create it, how can we secure that newly created account, how can we create some basic alarms so that we will get notified whenever the bill is exceeded by like $1 or a 1 rupee, 5 rupees, 3 rupees and all. And then we will get into the actual AWS services like identity access management, EC2, Elastic Compute Cloud. This is the service in which you are going to get your servers in the cloud, in which we have multiple sub topics available like instance type, purchasing models, tenancy options, instance families, AMIs, security groups, then EBS, which is a storage, block-based storage, object-based storage, network storage, load balancers, different types of load balancers, auto scaling, the cloud front, improve the speed or improve the website performance. We can use the cloud front. All these things we can see practically. Then we will see the networking basics like what is a network, what is the IP address, different types of IP addresses. Then VPC, most important topic for the cloud, is the kind of a room, we call it a server room in your office in which everything is getting maintained, right? The VPC is a main network in which all your servers and services will be running. Route 53, a kind of a DNS, like how, like what do we say, if you type abc.com or if you type google.com, how the Google page is loaded, how the redirection is happening, how it knows the address of that particular server with the name. That is what the Route 53. Then RDS, which is the database part, database related. We will see like how to create database with a single AZ, multi-AZ, high availability, data recovery, like creating a snapshots, restoring the snapshots, point in time recovery, read replicas to improve the performance, right? And then CloudWatch is a monitoring tool, Elastic Beanstalk, it's a platform as a service. If you upload a PHP code, the website will be up and running. Forget about all these like installing a web server, managing the operating system, managing the servers. Forget about everything. Upload your code, your web page or your application will be run. That's a platform as a service. Then cloud formation, which is an infrastructure as a code, application services. Then we will go through some overview about the DevOps tools. And then we will do one project by using all the services together. Because in the every video, we will do some kind of practicals, right? Creation of a server, creation of a database. Each is a kind of a project, but combining all the services together, we will do one capstone project, like starting to ending, running an application, web application with high availability, reliability, security, scalability, all together. Okay, right. And I will provide all these details in the description of the video. Okay, and I will provide my email ID and contact everything in that particular video. Whenever you have a doubt going forward, feel free to reach me. Download this content from the provided link and let's go. Let's meet in the next video with a cloud computing deployments, cloud complete overview, complete information about the cloud computing will be covered in the next video. Thank you, everyone. See you in the next video.